What's goody, y'all? Welcome back to the Winner Circle, you guys. So today's video is I'm going to teach you how to pray for your kingdom spouse and the things that you need to do to be in alignment with the perfect partner, your perfect spouse. This video was requested from a young lady. She is having a difficult time finding her kingdom spouse. She wants her husband. She needs her husband. She's not one of them ladies out there hollering, I don't need a man. Or I don't need a woman, or talking bad about men and women. So today's video, I'm about to give you some jewels, some gems on how to attract that perfect partner for you guys, okay? Before we get into the meat of this video though, if this is your first time seeing me, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the Winner Circle. You're really gonna love it here. You definitely gonna get your life bossed up at the Winner Circle. If y'all my day ones, you already know we locked in. I love y'all so much, okay? But let's get into the video, okay, you guys? So first off is a lot of people, we get in the mindset of, you've been through trials and tribulations, you've been through trauma, you've been through stuff, you've been through so much going with partners and exes and relationships and divorce and court and co-parenting. We've all been there. We've all been through something that's just detrimental to where sometimes it can scar us and we could be like, you know what, I'm done. Like maybe I'm meant to be by myself. Maybe maybe there's no one for me. Or some of us get in the mindset of, you know what, it's more peaceful to not have to deal with nobody. It's more peaceful just to stay to yourself, to mind your business, because the drama, the shenanigans, the attitudes, the games that people play, it just don't be worth it. So a lot of the times we get into this mindset of, you know what, I'm just meant to be by myself. Maybe there's no one for me. And I'm here to tell you, if you decide to be by yourself, that's a decision for you. But I'm here to tell you that there is somebody for you, okay? God, okay, let's just use this towel as a demonstration. Let's say this is the material God used to create people, okay? And if he got this material, let's say he cuts it in half and makes two of everything. That's why you have up and down. That's why you have positive and negative. That's why you have hot and cold. That's why you have yin and yang, okay? That's why you have male and female. So if God took this material to create people and he cut it in half for the yin and yang, for the male and female, for the other half, for the up and down, for the yin and yang basically, okay? So God takes this material, cuts it in half. There's male and female. Your other half is out there for you, okay? Your other half is out there. There's no such thing as maybe there's not someone for you. God has definitely created a other half for you. Y'all was both created from the same material. This is why some people feel like they come across their twin flame or their soulmate, and you look at each other and you just be like, I know you on a soul level. Like, this is so strange. Like, you got the same attitude, the same mindset, the same theology in life, the same, too many similarities. That's because y'all was cut from the same cloth. You was made out of the same material. God made two of y'all at the same time, okay? God made the male and the female, the yin and the yang together, okay? So there is definitely someone out there for you. So the first thing is you got to get it out your head. If you want a partner, if you want that kingdom spouse, you want a husband, you want a wife, you have to get out of the mindset of there's nobody out there for me. You have to get out of the mindset of all men ain't this or all women ain't this, or you have to eliminate those type of belief systems. The longer you stay in those belief systems, the longer you will prolong what's actually for you, because you're rejecting it. Energetically, you are rejecting what's for you. It cannot come in because you have a block up. It cannot come in because you have a block up. You've got to let go of those mindsets, okay? There is somebody out there for you, okay? Like I said, God makes two people at a time. God makes yin and yang, him and her at the same time. There's somebody out there for you that's cut from the same cloth, and you'll know them. You'll know your kingdom spouse when you come across them. You won't be able to deny it. You will know your kingdom spouse when you come across them. You'll be able to feel it, okay? So first things first, get out of that mindset, okay? The second thing is you got to start focusing on you. When you are looking for your kingdom spouse, you're not necessarily looking for your kingdom spouse. The way you attract that kingdom spouse, that kingdom partner, that great partner who's going to love you, who's going to pour into you, who got your back, who going to protect you, who going to provide for you, who y'all going to come together and just flourish in life, and y'all just going to skyrocket in a relationship. You've got to be focused on you. You can't be searching for that partner. And yes, you're putting yourself in positions to meet partners. You might be going out, you might be going to country clubs or a nice lounge or something. But when I say focus on you, you got to be elevating yourself. You got to be pouring into yourself. You got to be loving yourself. You got to be healing your traumas. You got to be healing your raggedy, nasty, toxic behaviors. If not, when you meet that kingdom spouse, it's going to trigger you. And all those toxic behaviors is going to come to the surface. So start working on yourself. The more you pour into yourself, the more you work on yourself, the more you start loving yourself. And let's talk about the self-love, y'all. Let's talk about the self-love, because y'all know I'm a life coach. Book a session with me, okay? So the link is going to be at the top of the comment section. But a lot of people, I've talked to some people and they're like, well, I don't love myself, but I love my boyfriend. I don't love myself, but I love my girlfriend. Listen, you cannot love somebody if you don't love yourself. A lot of people think they love themselves, but it's not to maximum capacity. You've got to love yourself. You can't give somebody something that you don't physically have. You cannot give somebody something that you don't have for yourself. And if you don't, if you're not loving yourself and you get into a relationship, it's going to show. It's going to surface. That'd be the number one problems when I deal with couples who can't figure out why they can't get along, why they arguing so much, why this. Now, granted, relationships are not supposed to be perfect, but people are loving their spouses and their partners more than they love themselves. And that's not the answers. It is not, you will hear a lot of people say, I love my partner more than I love me. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You've got to love yourself and pour into yourself more than anybody else. How does it sound that you loving somebody else, but you're not loving yourself? It leads to trauma. It leads to falling outs. It leads to a lot of fights. It leads to a lot of jealousy, a lot of insecurity. Why? Because you're not uplifting yourself. You're not pouring into yourself. Once you start loving yourself and you start pouring into yourself and you start elevating, the more you elevate higher and higher and higher, the more you ascend, the more of a position you attract a partner who has elevated, who too has ascended. A lot of people, they're like, man, I don't want to date these type of people. I feel like I'm only attracting these type of people. You got to elevate yourself. Because whatever level you at, those are the type of people you attracting, essentially. Sometimes not all the time, but essentially, those are the people that you're attracting. A lot of people want talking about, I want a queen, I want a king, but you ain't got king or queen energy. Elevate yourself, pour into yourself, start working out, start taking better care of yourself, start getting good sleep, start getting some hobbies, start doing stuff that make you feel good, start taking care of your mental health, start taking some courses, start reading some books, start doing anything that's going to elevate you in every area of your life, okay? The more you elevate yourself, the more likelihood it is that you find somebody who's on a higher level than you, who has too done the inner work, who's working through their darkness and their traumas and their triggers and their toxic energies. The more you pour into yourself, the more you uplevel yourself, the better it is that you're going to find someone who's on a higher level with you, okay? You staying in the gutter, you're not loving yourself, you're not pouring into yourself, you're not doing things to make yourself better and better and better. You're gonna find people at that low level. Because people are of a higher caliber, they can see when you're not loving yourself. They can see if you need validation from others. They can see when you don't take care of yourself. And it's a repellent, it's a turnoff. So that's a huge thing, you guys. Love yourself, pour into yourself, elevate yourself in every way, shape, or form. The more you do that, you'll start to fall in alignment with other people who are too doing the work. And because it's a lot of people who are not doing the work, when you see other people who are doing the work, it's like, ooh. It's an instant attraction, you guys. To love yourself, and people can tell, that is attractive. When you taking care of yourself, you grooming yourself right, you pouring into yourself, you doing stuff to expand your mind, to get them coins popping. That is so attractive, and people can tell. People can tell when you are truly, genuinely loving yourself, okay? So that's a huge thing, you guys. If you're looking for that kingdom spouse, you're trying to attract that kingdom spouse, pour into yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you pour into yourself, the higher elevation, the higher caliber you become, and you will start to attract these people of higher caliber, people who done already been there, done that, played in the streets, played in the, did this, did that. It's not attractive to be dating people or coming across people who still playing in the field too much. It's given revolving door. That's what it's giving. It's giving revolving door. It's giving, ew. Maybe I might contract something from you because you got that revolving door. It's a repellent. So The more you love yourself, the more you work on yourself, the more you heal yourself, the more you start pouring into yourself and start elevating your mind, you're going to attract those type of people, those man or woman, y'all, man or woman. This is for men and women. The more you will start to attract people of a higher caliber. People of a higher caliber, they be in their bag too much. They be loving themselves too much. They be they be too worried about what's the next move instead of oh, let me just chase the next best thing smoking. People are not worried about that. People of a certain caliber are not worried about that. Been there, done that. That's not what they're trying to do, okay? So pour into yourself, love on yourself, okay? You will start to attract higher caliber of people who are not playing too many games, people who are not doing this, people who are not doing that, or people who recognize where they're going wrong at and what they need to fix. And that's where you want to be, okay? Now let's talk about the type of prayers that you can do for your kingdom spouse, okay? When you, and it doesn't have to be a specific person. If you don't know who your kingdom spouse is, you don't know who this person is, it doesn't have to be for a specific person. And it could be for men and women, okay? What I'm about to teach you here is for men and women across the board, okay? What that looks like is, this is how I talk to God about my kingdom spouse. I say stuff like, God, bring me my husband. Like, you already know who my husband is. I ask that you comfort my husband in my absence. I ask that you give my husband the courage to fight temptation, because other women who are just draining him is going to deplete him and can't love him like I do. I ask that you give my husband sound judgment and the tools to make healthy decisions to be the head of our household. I ask that you just butter my husband up to where he could be the perfect spouse for me. And not to say that you're going to have a perfect spouse, but this is what you're putting into the atmosphere. This is what you're telling God. This is what I know I deserve. This is what I know I want. And again, this could go for men or women. You could say for the fellas, you could say, bring me a woman who is loyal, a woman who is submissive, a woman who is committed. Take care of my woman. Let her value these type of family dynamics. Let her value this. Speak what it is that you want. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be a specific person. You literally could be saying a prayer for the husband that God already knows that is out there for you. You don't have to know who it is. When I talk to God about my husband, God, comfort my husband in my absence. God, give him the strength to get through things that may be stopping him from getting to me, and do the same for me. Help me get through insecurities and help me get through this, so that I may be attractive to my husband, that I may not repel him away from me. To me, a huge thing for me is give my husband the tools to be a great leader, so that he can provide a safe space for me to be submissive in, because we ain't submitting to no bullshit. You hear me? Ladies, we ain't submitting to no bullshit. Do you hear me when I tell you? So when you're saying these things are affirmations. These things that you're affirming for yourself, that you know you desire, that you know you want, that you know that you are worthy of. Put it in the atmosphere and tell God exactly what you want in a kingdom spouse, and start to pray for that person as if that person already exists. There's nothing more attractive than somebody praying for their partner. And because if you don't even have the partner yet, when you do meet that person, you have created a safe place, a holding tank for them to be vulnerable with you, for them to love you, for them to come in and just be themselves and just kind of like that movie Waiting to Exhale, and just exhale in your arms. You are literally creating a safe space for them when you meet them. That space is already built for them, because you've been working on that. You've been putting it out there. You've been praying for that partner that you don't have yet. You've been praying for that person. You've been praying for their character. You've been praying for their safety. You've been praying for their mental health. You've been praying for for them to have clear mind and clear judgment, and for them to be safe. You're doing all of these things, and these things are all necessary. Okay, so that's how you pray for your kingdom spouse, y'all. That if you haven't found that person, you haven't attracted that person, you can literally put that prayer out there, and it doesn't have to be a specific person. You don't have to have a specific person in mind. All you got to do is put it out there. God, protect my husband. Make sure, please let my husband know that I love him. Me and my husband have a happy, healthy, successful marriage. These are the things that I tell God. These are the things that I affirm. These are the things that I put in the atmosphere. Me and my husband have a youthful marriage. We laugh together. We trust each other. We respect each other. We respect each other in person and behind each other's back. We both have the courage to fight temptation because we know that we are good for each other. Me and my husband are going to flourish with each other. These are the type of things that you want to say and put in the atmosphere about your spouse. And again, I'm just saying a husband because I'm a woman, but this can go for your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is that you are desiring to have. You can say these things, put it out there, and attract that kingdom spouse. And again, there is somebody for you. Start working on yourself. Start pouring into yourself, start elevating yourself, start getting your coins right, start getting your mindset right. There's nothing more unattractive than somebody coming to a relationship talking about, I got trust issues. I don't do this and I don't do that. And I don't, what? Listen, you gonna come to me healed or not at all. I can sympathize with your issues, but I don't give a damn about them trust issues. Leave your trust issues with whoever gave you the issues. Don't bring that over here. If somebody is coming to you saying, I got these issues and that's just how I am, listen, it is not the world's job to tiptoe around your triggers, to tiptoe around your issues. Do the inner work. That's why it's so important that people don't bounce from partner to partner and spouse to spouse and boyfriend to girlfriend. Do the inner work because you change after each relationship. You change after each relationship. And if you're not doing the work, if you're not discovering yourself, if you're not ridding yourself of all that toxicity and all those energies that you was laying down with in this, do the work. Because there's some people that I talk to who do want that kingdom spouse, who have been praying for a real one, a loyal one, somebody who's going to keep it real with them, somebody going to help them grow spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally. But then they come across those people and they find that they're not ready. Do the work, you guys, do the work. And if you find somebody, real authentic people are hard to come across nowadays. If you find that person, get right. Do what you got to do. But the more you do the inner work, the more you heal yourself, the better you are prepared for that kingdom spouse. Okay. Because a lot of us want that kingdom spouse and we don't be ready. And God is like, you're not ready yet. You're going to fumble it. You're going to mess it up. Or the universe will bring somebody in your environment and into your life, the same thing that you've been praying for, and you mess it up. You keep going through the same cycles, the same toxic cycles, not realizing the prayer that you've been asking, the prayer, whatever you've been praying for is right there in your face. But because you stuck in this toxicity, you keep on repeating the same cycles and you becoming your own worst enemy. Do the work, you guys. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Heal yourself. And that is the best way that you can start to attract a partner. And because you healing yourself, you pouring into yourself, you leveling up yourself, you getting better and better and better and better. And now you starting to pray for that person. Now you're starting to pray for that husband. You're starting to pray for that wife. You starting to declare what it is that you want and you putting it in the atmosphere. You are literally speaking highly of your relationship. Baby, listen, I promise you it's going to come. And sometimes you might attract more than one. I'm just going to keep it real. I've experienced that in my life. Like, okay, I feel like this person is my husband. Like God told me this person is my husband. But then I'll be like, God, I asked for a husband. And I didn't know you was going to bring like 10 qualified men. And then it scared me like, oh my God, like, am I really ready for this? Like I asked for a husband and God is bringing me like 10 men that are qualified. Like so it be like that. So make sure you ready. Make sure you're ready for what it is that you're asking for. Make sure that you are prepared what it is that you are asking for. Prepare yourself, prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your soul. Get rid of things that are not serving you. Get rid of things that's going to impede you from being locked in when that perfect kingdom spouse does come in. You don't want to fumble it. You don't want to mess it up. You don't want to hurt it. You want to treat it delicately. You want to appreciate it. There is a kingdom spouse out there for you guys. And shout out to the woman who requested this video. I hope I addressed everything perfectly for you guys. And let me tell you about all the goodies that I have for you guys, okay? Ladies, y'all like my lip color? So today, what do I got on? It's called Cinnamon Sprinkle. Y'all, these lip colors are so beautiful. I encourage every woman to get these lip colors. You are going to get $3 off. The code will be, I'll have the code linked in the top of the comment section with the website. But these are so beautiful, you guys. Every time I wear these, every time I go somewhere and I pull them out, people are like, oh my God, your lippies are so pretty. They're so glittery and so they just bossed up. You know what I'm saying? No, what woman does not want to go somewhere and pull her lip color out, her lippies out, and it just be like this, like, ooh, it is beautiful. I mean, women ask me all the time, where did I get these? And men be looking at me like, like that's some boss stuff that you got there. And they're just so cute. I want you guys to get these lippies. I want you to have all the lip colors. They are so beautiful. Some of them look like this. Some of them come in this tubing. Some of them look like this, but they are so beautiful. You're going to just love them. They are so nourishing. They feel so good on your lips. Some of them are gloss. Some of them are, what is it called? A matte. That's what it's called. Some of them are, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Some of them are a gloss, some are a matte. Some of them are a matte. So get you some lippies, baby. Especially because the holiday season is coming. Get your daughter some, get your mother some, get your sister some, get your auntie some. They are so beautiful, and get you some. You're going to love them, okay, you guys? And yes, you can get $3 off. I'll have it in the comment section. But today I am wearing the pumpkin blood. This one right here, listen. Oh yeah, this one right here be having you glowing. Okay, so you see how it has that orange tint to it? When I say you're gonna have a natural glow, when you put this on, you're going to have a natural glow, and people are just gonna be staring at you like, And I'll have the website for this too. You can get $3 off with the code that I'll get. I think it's 15% off. You can get 15% off with these body butters. These body butters are life changing. If you have dry skin, you got eczema, you got loose skin, you need to tighten your skin, you got hyperpigmentation, you got rosacea, you got any kind of skin problems, this body butter is going to bounce you back. And they have all kind of scents, all kind of flavors, all kind of skin stuff, all kind of skincare on this line. So make sure you get your body butter. If you ain't got your body butter yet, I don't know what you're doing. You're gonna be walking around smelling like a damn bakery with these body butters. Get your body butters, okay? Let me know what you thought about this video. Everybody has a kingdom spouse. Prepare yourself. Prepare your mind, body, and soul for your kingdom spouse. Prepare yourself. The more you elevate yourself, the more likelihood it is that you will attract that kingdom spouse. Not just some raggedy person who just fantasizing over you or obsessed with you or just in love with you, but I'm talking about that kingdom spouse who you know is going to compliment you, and y'all can build an empire together. Prepare yourself, okay? And say those prayers. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.